Yo, Descendant, Augiesaint here, and welcome to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and we have a bunch of stuff to go through today. I don't know how long this video is going to be. We're going to try and cover everything because we have a massive hotfix that came out today, 1.1.3, and then we do have the dev update announcement for the October update. It has also got like all of the stuff to give us like a little sneak peek at it. And then we have the FREYNA's encrypted vault shop, which is like this current event that's going to be running for the next 5 weeks. And it has this shop. You can buy some crystallized catalysts, a bunch of other stuff, even some like different weapon materials. We got Kuiper shards, we got boosters, we got vault keys, we got gold. That's going to reward you for just playing the game daily, doing all these daily missions and weekly missions of stuff that you would be doing anyway. So a nice little thing that they added there, just like a little event leading up to FREYNA, so pretty cool. We're just going to skim through all of the stuff on the video. I'll have these things all linked down below in the description if you guys want to go check them out yourselves, and then maybe we'll make like a in-depth video on the shop as well as all the other stuff coming later on. So without further ado, let's just hop straight into today's hotfix. So we have content improvements. Public operations are now in the invasion, so you can queue for invasions public now. You can matchmake them. The number of monsters increase depending on the number of participants, just like normal stuff. Order of Truth interacting with the drone now makes other drones despawn, so that's pretty good. Fortress Fallen Ark Void Dragon has been... I believe this is the bunny cave. It kind of looks like the bunny cave in the back. I'm not sure, but maybe it is, maybe it's not. So they kind of made it bigger, it seems. So I guess you don't have enough range to cover the whole thing on your bunny now. So maybe you'll need like 2 bunnies to run it. You'd have to go hop in game and check that out. But I don't really know anybody that still runs the bunny cave these days. Because yeah, that is like the ultimate cave of super depression, and whenever I go to the bunny cave I just want to, you know, uninstall and go touch grass or something. So moving on, additional snipers has been placed on the second round as well. Traps in certain dungeons have been modified or deleted. Okay, so we removed some traps or deleted traps from all the dungeons over there. Pretty cool. I believe those are the laser traps. I hope it's the laser traps because I freaking hate those things. They just kind of like slow down the run. They don't really make the run hard at all. The amount of HP orbs and ammo dropped by scout monsters roaming the field has increased. I mean, there's not really many enemies that roam the field anyway, so a little bit increase there is nice. So let's have a look at the changes they have done to FREYNA, Kyle, and Assemi. I'm not going to cover this too in depth. We're kind of just going to skim through it, as I will have this linked in the description so you guys can go through them yourself. So let's just have a look. There's change to Room Zero Trauma. We got changes to Contagion links. And then I believe they added like this other thing to pretty much all the skills, like for example Venom Trauma increases damage of Room Zero Trauma, and it now inflicts panic rather than poison. So all the skills seem to have this new like type of damage they can do instead of doing poison damage. So Venom Trauma is inflicting panic, and this can be stacked with other effects, Toxic Reaction, Despair, Decay, and Nightmare. And if we go down, there's some damage projectile increase, some more stuff there. Defense Mechanism and Toxic Stimulation now inflicts despair rather than poison. So we've got that like way to apply that debuff, I guess. Putrid Venom and Venom Sensors. Toxic Footprint inflicts decay. So that's how you get your decay over there. And then the last thing I believe is from Venom Baptism. This is her 4. Will now inflict Nightmare rather than poison. So with all of these changes, like pretty much she's just going to turn it into a massive dot ticking, because you can have all of these stacked up together. I believe you can have like poison effect, nightmare effect, decay effect, panic effect, all of this stuff you can stack up, and it's going to all do damage. I was in game just before and I could see the skill power behind all of these effects. So it's pretty much just going to be like extra poison on top of poison on top of poison. So she's really truly going to be the poison queen. I can't wait to actually try her out and build up her ultimate to see what she feels like. So let's move on down and see what else we got. We got some Kyle changes here. Decreased shield recovery. Cooldown has been increased. That's on his 1, I believe. Bulwark. I believe his 4 has been greatly increased. Yeah, they greatly increased the damage of the thrusters while increasing the cooldown. I was in game just before, and this was actually sitting at like 26,000 skill power. So that's a massive boost to his 4. Not sure if that's going to be enough to make him usable, because they are increasing the cooldown as well, but it is a big boost. So anybody that likes Kyle has got a little bit of love. Then we have the Augiesaint over here. He just seems to be getting like a little bit of quality of life stuff, add more damage on things, as well as no longer costing MP. Cooldown has been decreased. This is on Blast and Cluster Bomb. The guided landmine can now be activated while moving, so a little bit less clunky, I guess. And I believe his 4, when he starts like doing the running charging thing, is also like instant cast now. Simplified the skills animation. Now you are immune to knockback and knockdown while using the skill. I believe that's his 4. Archie Explosion, but Don't quote me. Like I said, we're just skimming through these. You guys can check them out on your own accord. So moving on, we have weapons and modules. 2 new mods have been added. Biosync Shield, reduce HP recovery from HP rolls by a certain amount and instead heals the shield by set amount. So now we kind of have a way to regen shields. So maybe shields start to become better and there's like more focus on shields. It's definitely going to help out people like Kyle with like using shields and stuff. So you can change the HP orbs over to shield orbs basically. Last stand, when using a skill to attack enemies, consumes all of your shields to deal additional damage equivalent to a certain percentage of the total damage. The additional damage has a base value and the value increases based on the amount of shield consumed. After activation, recovers shield by a certain percentage of max shield every second for a certain period of time and has a cooldown. Again, this could be really strong on Kyle, maybe because it will boost, like if you build full shields on Kyle, then you should end up with like at least 10,000 shield or more. So you could like go pretty ham with this. I like to see how that works. Maybe Kyle has been restored to glory days, probably not, but you know, there's hope. UI UX, now you can check recommended stats for each intercept battle. Recommended stats includes weapon DPS, max HP, shield defense, and resistance per attribute. Okay, ultimate weapons will no longer be filtered as junk regardless of the exclude from junk settings. In order to dismantle an ultimate weapon, you need to manually designate it as junk. Okay. Max capacity up modules now display capacity with the plus sign in the module UI. I believe this is like all the melee modules or the grappling hook modules. I think that's what they mean there. Tracked items in research UI will no longer be untracked when the research is complete. That's very nice of there. In the no-res zones of infiltration ops, a system message will tell you that you cannot abandon rescue during the DBNO state. Alright, you can now set whether to run or to sprint by default for movement and get big W there, boys. Massive W. I'm just going to set, just make sure this is the first thing you do when you log in. Set your default running speed to sprint. You no longer have to press a sprint button every single time you load in somewhere. You'll just be sprinting all the time. The range of possible values for controller dead zone settings in game option has been increased. You can now set controller vibration to weak in-game options. So terrain damage in every field now reduces shield first. I believe this is like fire damage or poison damage. That's actually gonna, usually it just affects your HP and ignores your shield. So now it should eat your shield first is what I understand there. That's pretty nice, I guess. You know, I mean, nobody's really building shields besides that 3 Kylemans out there, but hey, it is what it is. Customized spawn settings have been moved to the send and skin menu. The storage object under the workbench in Albion has been moved to near the mailbox. Okay, so the mailbox before was like just outside of the weapon upgrading thingies. Now it's actually by the storage box. That's a much better place there because you're just going to usually come around here to do stuff anyway. So I don't know why it was there in the first place. Good little change there. Optimization slightly improved the game's CPU performance for consoles, it seems. Frame gen improved and changed. There's some frame gen changes there for console mostly, it seems. Series or higher. You can also now choose frame generation regardless of upscaling you're using on PC. However, NVIDIA frame gen can only be enabled on GeForce 40 series or higher. So basically, if you are using DLSS on like a 30 series card like I am, I use DLSS and now I can actually activate AMD's frame gen without using FSR. So I can still use DLSS, but I can actually activate AMD's frame gen, so a nice little boost to frames there with not too much of like a fidelity loss. Pretty good. I like that change. And then moving over to miscellaneous, now you can view spawn despawn animation for each descendant in customized. So you can pretty much just set a specific spawn or despawn animation to every single descendant instead of just like an overall across all your descendants. Added a feature to rewatch cinematics. You can use this feature by interacting with the arcade trace in Albion, the camp of a battlefield where the cinematic took place, and the starting point of infiltration operations. Archie traces can be found in the following locations. So pretty much all the zones across the game. Infiltration operations can be viewed again by starting in a private operation. And then moving on to the shop, we have got a bunch of new skins, so go check them out. Some of the ultimate skins actually look pretty cool. I kind of like them. They're less revealing, so there's less booba, but there is pretty cool ones there. Like VS's one kind of looks like a Garuda from Final Fantasy, and then Glaze one actually looks really cool. I do like Glaze one. They also brought in the Glay Vampire one. This is a skin from the beta. And then Volby's frog suit. I'm not a fan of this one, but it is there if you do like it. Just go check out all the ultimate skins in game. They have changed the ultimate bundles, except for Volby's ultimate bundle was not changed because hers is still like a new one, so it'll probably be around for a little bit longer before they add a new one to Volby. And then moving over to bug fixes. Fix an issue where you cannot acquire a mission object when monsters die before exiting the dimensional gate. So I guess they wouldn't spawn or something like that. Never really happened to me. And we got some fixes here to some field of view issues with Bunny's speed of light. Fix an issue where Haley Zenith would go on an unstable network would cause incorrect field of view. So some more field of view stuff. Issue where Ajax's body enhancement could cause void energy to display the effect of only one segment. Okay. VS's cold snap watch and hypothermia module descriptions. So they fixed the names finally. Fixed a incorrect icon image for Luna's aggressive. Okay. Icon image for Lepik. Okay. Fixed an issue where shield recovery did not affect certain Descendant skills with shield recovery effect. So all of these will now actually get shield recovery to work properly. That's pretty good because most of these actually use shield. Well, most only just Enzo, Kyle, and then Ajax. I don't think Eugen really cares too much about shields. Moving on. Weapon modules. Executor's exaltation effect no longer activates when attacking enemies that are immune to the effect or hitting environment objects in intercept battles. Or fix an issue where the wave of light with the effect solar halo remained when changing weapons. That sounds OP. Fix the effect lethal finish module is now properly applied per cooldown when attacking an enemy with the Guardian Lance of Kingsguard's Lance. So your turrets can actually get benefit from lethal finish. Then we have some more UI UX fixes over here. Stuff to do with tracking core materials in your info, access info. The list would close when you place the cursor over it. Okay. Access info screen under certain display. Morpheus would flicker. Fix an issue with infiltration operations. Hovering over the cursor, the research materials in the reward list after hovering over the amorphous materials in the selected rewards could cause the tool to display shape stabilizer application info. Okay, so just a bunch of like tooltip fixes and stuff like that. Pretty good, pretty good. Miscellaneous. Change the barricade height of all outposts to 2 meters or higher. Okay. Fix an issue leaving the map in the air in the fortress defense line so people can't go out of bounds anymore because people were doing that before. I think they were like grappling into the sun. Fix an issue where attacking Colossus when they appear would not increase the frenzy gauge. Okay, well I wish that would happen to me, but they pretty much get frenzy as soon as I start the fight anyway. But cool that it did fix that so you can't kind of abuse that little thing there. So that is the patch notes. We just skimmed through them. Sorry if I went too fast, but this is probably already a pretty long video. Now let's try and get through to the updated announcement. So this, we're going to skim through it again. This is just like showing us what's coming. We have Ultimate FREYNA and her exclusive story. There's a nice little screenshot there. Nice booty we got there on the FREYNA. This is all just like some lore behind everything about FREYNA's suit and everything. We do have the new modules for Ultimate FREYNA. We got Toxic Mixture. FREYNA's passive skill Contagion Links is changed to Toxic Mixture. When equipped, the skill module will trigger Necrosis instead of Room Zero Trauma. As enemies gain more stacks of Necrosis, your firearm attack increases when you shoot at them, and if the enemy reaches max stacks, your firearm crit hit also increases. That's going to turn FREYNA into pretty much a weapons platform. I'd like to see how much it increases by. Maybe we've got some competition for Haley over there. And then next up, we have Venom Injection. Defense mechanism is changed to Venom Injection. Venom Injection consumes resources to recover your shield and increase skill power modifier while inflicting corrosion on enemies. Enemies inflicted with corrosion suffer reduced toxic res, making them more vulnerable to FREYNA's toxic attack. So that's interesting. It seems like she's just gonna like increase her skill power and reduce their toxic res. So maybe this could be really good for like a mobbing build or setup. I'd definitely like to see how we can play with those when Ultimate FREYNA does come out. So look forward to those, boys. I can't wait to jump into her. Haley's exclusive modules, super cooled Kuiper rounds and cryogenic cluster shot will be added. So super cool Kuiper round using the unique weapon reduces firearm attack and fire rate, but increases weak point damage in return. I guess this is using the Zenith. Also successful weak point attacks recover your shield instead of your MP. What the? Why? The increase in weak point damage decreases on firing the unique weapon, but increases again on successful weak point attack. I hope it's a massive increase, otherwise nobody's going to use this mod, because you also lose the MP regen from that, so you can't keep up your 3 as much. So this mod seems pretty weird. I hope it's like a mega increase to weak point damage. We're going like 1 or 2 shot things. We'll have to see how that turns out. And then moving over to cryogenic cluster shot, the cryo effect is changed to cryogenic. Using fire armor to attack an enemy inflicted with cryogenic deals additional AoE damage to nearby enemies, making this a useful module for clearing out common monsters. So it's just going to turn her 1 into like a mobbing ability instead of a massive damage boost. Maybe it keeps damage boost as well, so we'll definitely have to see. But it seems like out of the mods, this would probably be the only one that would be usable, unless this one gives a massive increase to the weak point damage. We'll have to see how that turns out. In addition, we are adding new modules to improve your builds. Following the addition of modules to improve your shield utilization on September 26th, so that was today's update, we'll be adding modules that boost skill power or firearm attack instead of critical hit on October 10th to encourage the use of weapons and Descendants that have low critical hit rates. Interesting. We have a little look at Deathwalker over there. We're not going to go through all the lore. We got the Frost Watcher. Frost Walker? Yeah, Frost Watcher. Sorry, not Frost Walker. It looks like he has a little dildo over there. I'm not sure what that is, but you know, it is what it is. So there's the old Frost Walker. I think it's a scout rifle. Yeah, scout rifle there. And there's some more lore and stuff. Highest difficulty infiltration operations. So this is going to be the new super hard mode. As you can see, the mobs are taking a really long time to die. Although the damage ticks over there are not that big. I see 26k, 18k. So whoever built this FREYNA, you know, you weren't doing it right, bro. I go in there with my bunny and she's just going to zap them all to death. But I do hope that these mobs are actually pretty tanky and we can actually have have some pretty challenging content. Let's go further down here. On October 10th, we're introducing new 400% modifier infiltration operation with more monsters and loot to enjoy. You can choose the 400% option infiltration operations with the invasion event and continue to participate after you have stopped the invasion. So I guess every single day it rotates. I think that's what that means. 400% infiltration ops feature a greater number of monsters and enhanced monsters than other dungeons, allowing you to fight endless battles. The final battle, which puts you against 2 name monsters at the same time, is a unique feature of this content. Wow, okay, so I'll have to build like pretty tanky then if we're going to survive this. With more monsters appearing, you'll be able to plunder a deluge of loot in 400% operations. So much more loot, it seems, includes an exclusive currency obtainable only in those operations. Which can be used to obtain special items from the ETA. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you have to do these if you want to get like the special resource, which you can then go spend in ETA, which is the like trading event that's going to come out. So let's have a look at ETA. Every Friday to Saturday, I told you guys, it's Xur from Destiny or Bar from Warframe. A mysterious merchant visits Albion. The day may be varied depending on time zones. Offers different lists of goods each week, consisting of Descendant blueprints, weapon blueprints, materials, inventory expansions, that's nice, paints, oh that's even nicer, which requires standard ETA vouchers or premium ETA vouchers to trade. The vouchers can be obtained by playing the new operation and exchanging surplus weapon blueprints. I don't say anything about Descendant blueprints, unfortunately, so it does seem like we can just sell weapon blueprints there, but we'll have to see when it comes out. In addition to the rotating shop, ETA also offers features to exchange surplus weapon blueprints for vouchers. However, due to the limited amount of goods that ETA brings in, the amount of blueprints that can be exchanged each week is also limited, so you can't go sell everything that you have on day one. I bet if they would have left it like that, then we would all pretty much just have maxed out currency because we have so many dupes at this point. We're also planning new content that will consume surplus blueprints even after ETA is added. For now, ETA will serve to consume some of the surplus blueprints, but we will continue to expand opportunities to utilize them more effectively. So I guess later on we'll get the way to like utilize the duplicate Descendant stuff. So that's pretty cool there. Celebrate Halloween in Albion. We got some decoration stuff. We got some paints, it seems, it looks like. Yeah, we'll finally enjoy spooky joy for Halloween and have an unforgettable time. Very nice. And the rest of additional season 1 updates. The resource defense special operation has been underplayed compared to mine blockade due to long playtime, low monster density, and sprawling placement. Yeah, well, nobody runs the defense missions anymore because we used to run them to level up, but there's so many better ways to do them. That seems going to try and make those better. We want to improve resource defense and make it more interesting by shortening the playtime of resource defense to the level of mine blockade, increasing the number of monsters, and changing the placement style. Okay. We also want to address the issue of reactor farming. Amen, please. To reduce the inconvenience of having to farm new ultimate reactors every time you switch to a new weapon, we're introducing reactor implant system. Okay. The system will allow you to implant the weapon optimization conditions of other ultimate reactors to your current ultimate reactor. So does that mean we can like change the reactor's mounting to be any of the ultimate weapons, or maybe within the same ammo type? An ultimate reactor can have up to 3 weapon optimization conditions. Okay, so yeah, you can change one reactor to have different conditions. So I guess you could have one reactor with like Thunder Cage, Enduring Legacy, all kinds of different ones, and you can freely implant weapon optimization conditions based on your weapon settings. That's good, but not the greatest, although it does make it a bit easier because usually per week we get like the different reactor farms, and there'd be like a really good reactor farming spot, but it'll be for like heavy impact rounds or something which like nobody uses. So in that case, I guess it will be a little bit easier, but I do hope that they make other changes because that's not going to fix the reactors like 100%. It will just make it a little bit better though. With this, you will no longer have to farm a new reactor each time you switch your weapons, as you only need to implant a new weapon optimization condition into reactors you're currently using. So overall, reactors still need a big help next time. Please, we do need some more changes. This is not enough, but it is a step in the right direction. So I do appreciate that they are trying to make reactors better, but we do need a lot more changes on reactors. So hopefully that does come in the future. I hope this dev note has answered some of your expectation questions. The dev team is always listening to your feedback and constantly striving to provide you with a better gaming experience. We continue to improve. We promise to continue to improve and evolve, and we'll do our best to make your time in first decisions even more enjoyable. We always appreciate your support and feedback, and we are looking forward to seeing you in the upcoming update. Well, thank you, and Nexon. I do like the look of all of this stuff. I'm just glad we're finally getting something and like a little peek at what's coming. Now, lastly, while we still have a little bit of time, let's hop into this. I'm not going to cover this too in depth because this video is like like way too long. I think we're going to make a separate video covering this, so we'll just skim through it. Basically, there is this event. I will have this linked in the description for you guys. You got to log in with your Nexon account and everything. There's the steps. I pretty much explained everything on this, and here's the mission. Week 1 is the week we're currently in. These are the daily missions, so log into the game. I complete that. I got 1 point, and then down below we can see there is a weekly mission, so log into the game 3 times. So in like 3 days, I guess you could just log in and out today 3 times if you really wanted to and get those 10 points. And yeah, complete a normal or hard mission 1 time with Bunny or Ultimate Bunny. I did that already, so I got 10 points over there. And then there's a bunch of other stuff there. These are daily, so you see these you can earn every single day. So you can earn 5 points a day, and you can earn 20 points a week over here with the weekly missions. So that equals out to 55 points a week for the next 5 weeks. So if we work that out, what's it? 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, and then we put the other, it's like 30. So 200, like 80, 70, something around that. I can't do quick math, but yeah, at least 250 because we're getting 55 times 5. So yeah, at least 250. If you come down to the vault shop, you can see there crystallized catalysts are 40 points. So you can earn 55 points a week. So what I would suggest to you guys, hold on to your points, save those 55 points you will be getting, and then just get these crystallization catalysts right away. Don't worry about these. These you can all get in game. These are like pretty cheap. So I would say get the 3 catalysts first, and then have a look at like which of these weapons you want to get. Your Thunder Cage you can also get very easily in game. That you can get very easily in game. Most of these are pretty easy to farm. Maybe the Gregs, if you're still trying to get a Gregs, you can go ahead and exchange for that. But I would honestly not suggest, spending it on that before you get the crystallized catalysts, because those are very valuable. And getting 3 of those, like especially for newer players, that could be pretty huge. And then also you can stock up down here below. And also you can stock up on code analyzers and breakers. I can't remember exactly which one is which, but I believe the code breakers are for hard mode, and then the code analyzers are for normal mode. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's how it goes. Just double check before you do start buying those if you're not sure what they are for. And there's boosters there. I believe these will probably activate as soon as you buy them. So if you think you can like buy them and stack them up, maybe wait until later. So don't buy them right away. Wait until like near the end of the event. You can buy some of those. That's what I'd say. Focus on those and then get some weapon parts if you do need some weapon parts. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and you liked the changes. Tell me what is your favorite change you've seen in the update so far and what you're most looking forward to in the October 10th update. I'll catch you guys in the next video as well as the live streams. Augiesaint out.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying